Hello, everyone. Good morning for those who are on the West Coast. Good afternoon if you're on the East Coast, and good evening if you're on an evening time zone at the moment. Thank you for joining us. We've got people coming in. We're going to give it another minute or so, and then we'll get started. By the way, your microphones are turned off at the moment. If you would like to share anything with us at the moment, two mechanisms to do that: use the chat option or the Q&A function on Teams, please. We'll give it one more minute and then we'll get started. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Hope to make this a useful and meaningful presentation for you. Topic today is how to get started applying artificial intelligence in quality operations within life sciences in particular. My name is Jaime Velez. I'm the co-founder of OQSIE, which stands for the initials of the very long name for the company that we selected, which is Operations and Quality Systems Improvement Experts. My goal for this next 20, 30 minutes or so are for you to walk away with some ideas of where to start. And I'll kind of set up that that goal and that preference as we go through the content here in a minute. Note that we're recording this event. We will forward a link of the recording for your reference. Feel free to forward that link to others in your organization that may be interested. To keep you engaged, we're going to use polls throughout the webinar. Would appreciate if you could respond as quickly as possible so we could share the information with everyone. You'll be able to see the results on the chat window. If the results don't pop up on your screen right away. So if you can't see them on your screen, please go to your chat window. The results of each poll will be there. So let's get started with our first poll. Natalia, please launch that one. All right, very good. So we have 7 responses from what I can see at the moment. We'll give it another second or two for everyone else to please respond. All right, and again, hopefully you can see the results of the poll either on your screen or on the chat. The majority of the participants here learn about this webinar through an email communication, most likely from us. All right, we'll do 2 more polls, and then we'll get going with the content. And the purpose of these next 2 polls are to help me tailor what I cover about the content here. So the next poll references your current functional area. Right, looks like the majority of the group is from the quality assurance, quality control function. So that's helpful as we cover some of the examples and ideas. And I think we have one more poll, Natalia. So for this one, if you're employed at a company at the moment, please share your most senior role in that company. If you're in the consulting space at the moment, please help us understand the most senior role that you held in industry. All right, very good. Thank you for sharing that information. Again, very helpful for me to get a sense of the audience to tailor the content. Before I start launching into the topic of artificial intelligence, just 30 seconds about OQSIE. We're a management and technical consulting company focused in life sciences with deep expertise in quality assurance, regulatory affairs, compliance remediation, manufacturing, supply chain, and engineering. And we fundamentally help our clients solve problems in the way that our clients need that particular help. So let's talk about the 3 topics that I'll be covering here in the next 15 minutes or so. First, we're going to talk about the state of AI in life sciences. Then we'll talk about the steps at a very high level to implement AI. And then we're going to talk about where to start, right? And again, my goal is for you to walk away with some ideas on where you could potentially start, dipping your toes into the AI technology within the quality operations space. All right. So when we look at the state of AI in life sciences, and this content comes from a couple of articles. The next 2 pages comes from a couple of articles that McKinsey published. And Natalia, if you would please share the reference of these 2 articles on the chat box, so people can, participants can go read the full articles if you're interested. This particular chart, takeaway from it is that the size of the opportunity in manufacturing quality operations, which is bucketed together in that operations line, is about $4 to $7 billion per year. Important to note that the perceived and the analyzed size of the opportunity for other functional areas are larger. And I suspect some of the challenges that you may be experiencing in getting attention and having budgets assigned to you, and having the IT organizations focused on your priorities in particular may be influenced by the information that you're seeing here. There are larger opportunities at the moment in commercial and R&D and clinical development, and likely some of your AI teams are maybe focused on those areas. So we'll talk about potential areas of where to start that will require very limited support from your internal organizations. Second data point here is that those companies that are investing more often, are increasing the funding that they're budgeting from 2024 to 2025. So if you look at the two buckets here, between 5 million to 10 million and more than 10 million, and for 2024, about 20% of life science companies, and these are all life science companies that were surveyed, about 20% were planning to spend 5 million or more in 2024, and we're forecasting to spend about 32% of them were forecasting to spend that amount, so more than 5 million in 2025. So let's we're going to run another quick poll to understand where your organization is and where your client organizations are. So if you would please respond to this question, which is, do your clients have budgets set aside in 2025 to explore AI solutions? And this would be in your functional area. So in whether quality assurance, quality control, or in your functional area, are budgets set aside? So I'll give it another few seconds for anyone else that would like to respond. Right, I see about a quarter of the participants here have budgets for 2025. Roughly half don't have a budget for 2025, but are making plans for 2026. And a quarter don't have plans at the moment. All right, so let's talk about, again, at a very high level, what are the steps required to implement AI successfully? This is a publication from IBM. And again, Natalia will copy the link to this particular publication in case you would like to access it at a later time. Basic steps. First, define the goals. Second step, assess the data quality and accessibility. And when you see the caution red markings here, these are the steps that most companies struggle with. I would argue that in our industry, we're wrestling with, and in the quality operations space in particular, we're wrestling with potentially 3 or 4 of these steps. But in general terms, companies struggle with the data quality and accessibility topic, planning for scalability, and the technology and culture components of this. The third step in the process, which is also a very important one, is once you develop your artificial intelligence models, you have to train those models, and that's one part of the process that is quite interesting and quite significant and important. Connects to the fourth bullet on the technology and culture side, which is managing risk and building ethical frameworks for that training process, right? So basically, you're telling your AI model what is good and what isn't good as an outcome, and based on what you're telling your model, that's what it prioritizes as good types of answers, and it builds on that. So let's take another quick poll before we start talking about the specific opportunities in quality operations. Where do you see the biggest opportunity to implement AI? That's the first solution in quality operations. Right. So about half of the group feels that investigations is the biggest opportunity. COPPAs and batch record reviews also are opportunities. Management oversight, not a priority at I guess from an opportunity perspective. I'll point you to the McKinsey articles that are referenced on the chat box here. One of those articles actually has their analysis and their perspective on both investigations and COPPAs, especially investigations. So you may find that useful and helpful. I take a slightly different perspective. My personal background, I ran networks appliance before I transitioned to consulting a few years ago. So I look at the management oversight component as also a very important one. So we're going to talk about how to leverage AI in a management oversight component. So again, hopefully this will add to your list of ideas on where to potentially start. To launch that, I'm going to play a short video that will help kind of set the stage. All right. So with that concept in mind, let's look at the batch record review process as a mechanism to begin to mine that gold, as we saw in the video. Um, we believe that there's low-hanging fruit opportunities by leveraging existing processes with minimal adjustments. We've created the framework for a Gen AI solution that we call a continuous QMS health monitoring, focusing on enhancing management oversight and prioritization processes. So imagine the possibility of having your hands on the pulse of the health of all your quality systems in real time, while leveraging the existing document review infrastructure and resources, right? So in our current processes, and let's use the batch record review process as an example, the batch records were created, our reviewers go through the batch records. They have that unfiltered initial view of what is happening as they're reviewing that batch record, and seek to resolve whatever issues they are encountering. Most SOPs do not require, and in fact, many of the KPIs discourage the documentation of those issues before they're resolved, right? So if something can be resolved very quickly, it gets resolved. But the fact that it had to be resolved isn't necessarily documented. And that's at the heart of what we're describing here and talking about, is leveraging that batch record review process, that effort that's already occurring, and collecting the data from that unfiltered first view that the reviewers are experiencing. So how would this work? Right. So again, our reviewers get that first unfiltered view. Imagine leveraging the data collected from that first review, and think of all the insights that we can get from that information. Insights such as what you see on the right-hand side, an accurate view of first time right, a sense of risk levels of your different quality systems, performance at a group level, performance at an individual level, if your documentation is collecting the data or is able to collect the data that way. Training effectiveness. Is it what we're doing in training our people across the organization effective? Are CAPAs effective, and the effectiveness of our CAPA system? And imagine having that information available to you in real time based on the outcomes of reviews, which are occurring on an ongoing basis. So let me share. See that one of our charts got a little out of sync. So let me go to this other one. So imagine looking at the manufacturing department, for example, with the perspective of the outcomes of all the different document reviews that are occurring. Batch record review, investigations, CAPAs, change controls, and having a quick slice and a quick read on the different dimensions that you can discern from those document reviews, right? Whether it's documentation practices, whether it's actually following the SOPs and what we call the practice component here, where the quality oversight component is being executed effectively, where the GMP procedures are compliant and effective. Now, imagine having that information not only at the group level or at the department level, but imagine being able to very quickly drill down into that view within departments within the manufacturing group. So, for example, being able to discern between the packaging group versus the drug product manufacturing group. And then imagine being able to drill down, let's say for packaging and discern between first shift, second shift, and third shift. And imagine just being able to tell your AI application, hey, I'm seeing this. I'm going to prompt it to provide this particular view for that particular question that I want to answer, and be able to do that on a real-time basis with a data set that is consistent in use across the organization. Right. So hopefully you're walking away with some ideas of where you can start, again, dipping your toes in this promising technology. Granted, some of the applications are going to be complex and are going to take time. Others will require minimum effort and can be implemented quickly. Some of the applications, for example, investigations, COP applications, may be a bit more complex. Some of the applications in batch record review or document reviews, as I was describing a minute ago, may be simpler, easier to implement, leveraging existing processes and infrastructure and people that are doing that work. We are, as you saw, we've developed a framework for a solution we call continuous QMS health monitoring. We're looking for industry partners to help us pilot that solution, which again can be implemented quickly with minimum effort. Let us know if you would like to explore this. Sometimes Tyler will launch a poll here on that. And I know we're running tight on time. Any questions that I can answer? And for those that can stay a bit longer, I'm happy to stay on as long as it's helpful. Please capture your questions on the Q&A part of the Teams application to make it simple. All right. Very good. Feel free to reach out to me if you'd like to. If you have questions that you'd like to address individually, happy to schedule a few minutes to share additional information and or answer your questions. Thank you very much for participating. And again, hopefully this was helpful to you.
Well, it looks like we do have one question. In the chat.
Yep. Let's see. So the question: any plans for this technology to be applied to software like MODA and LIMS for EM data? It can be. At this moment, certainly the technology can definitely be applied to environmental monitoring data. we've not developed an application ourselves for that, but certainly can be applied for all of the data that's structured in any way that's readily leverageable and very easily leverageable. Very good. Again, thank you all for participating, and again, hopefully this was helpful to you. Have a good rest of your day.